Welcome to another episode of Lunch with the Shark. Join us as we dive deep into discussions about business, accounting, and finance to help you build a business that thrives. Now sit back and have a bite with your host, the Shark CFO, Vidal Espinosa.
Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to a new edition of Lunch with a Shark. I am your host, Vidal Espinosa, Vidal, the Shark CFO Espinosa. How you guys are doing? How do you guys enjoy yesterday's episode about being a shark in business? Have you implemented anything that we spoke about yesterday, or have you implemented anything that we spoken about in the last couple of weeks, where we've been having sort of a series of topics, all of them intertwined to help you and support you in your growth, in your business growth, in your personal growth. So how are things going? How is that panning out for you? Thank God today our temperature here in California and San Diego went down. I know there's other places in the world. I heard today in the news that 70 million people in the United States were under some sort of weather advice. 2 hurricanes are hitting the East Coast, the Gulf of Mexico. I hope everybody is well. I have a couple of people, friends of ours that live in Haiti, and they mark themselves as safe and secured. I hope everybody down there and in Puerto Rico are doing well. Be safe, protect yourselves, protect your family. So things are very interesting in 2020. Also here in our border town of Tijuana and San Diego, the immigration agency has implemented new regulations to cross the border. I don't know if you guys heard, but on Sunday, it took people over 9 hours to cross the border. It's a record, because on 9/11, I actually crossed the border. It only took me 4 hours, only 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours, if I recall properly. But last Sunday, over 9 hours. According to some people, they said that they were in the border for 12 hours to cross the border. And it's so Mexican ingenuity. It's so amazing. Mexicans, we have a solution for everything. Trust me, we have a solution for everything. People are offering their services to do the line on your behalf. So you can either just walk into your car to cross the border, and they're charging you between $2 and $5 per hour that they're in the border doing the line on your behalf. 2 or 5 hours. Let me tell you one thing. That is pure entrepreneurship at its purest. People are finding solutions to problems. People are offering solutions to problems. They're exchanging their time for $2 to $5 an hour. That is amazing. You can actually hire them. They'll do the line on your behalf. You just walk over, get in your car, and cross the border. And they'll save you between 9 hours tops, 12 hours tops. Isn't that genius? That is amazing. That is amazing. And that brings us into today's topic, and we are in the week of the mindset. And I don't know how to address this or take this into consideration, but actually the topic that I am going to talk about today, it actually has happened in our firm, in our office. And for entrepreneurs that are new to business, and not even new to business, even vetted with years under your belt, There are many times when we start something and we get something that it's called paralysis by analysis. Shit, what the hell is that? Paralysis by analysis. It is a thing, okay? It is a thing. We're going to talk about it. There's actually studies about it. Universities, Harvard, Princeton, other well-known universities have done studies, scientific studies about analysis by paralysis. Analysis by paralysis, or paralysis, is when overanalyzing or overthinking a situation can cause forward motion or decision making to become paralyzed, meaning that no solution or course of action is decided upon. I am going to put it in very layman's terms. You fuckingly do nothing about anything, and you just analyze and analyze and analyze and analyze and analyze and analyze. Do you want me to continue? And analyze and analyze and analyze and analyze and analyze and analyze. You do nothing. Too much talk and no action. You overthink everything. You are just freakingly scared of acting. You do not believe in yourself and do nothing other than plan, 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 talk, 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 no action whatsoever. Get the fuck out of here. Either you shit or get off the pot. Period. That is analysis by paralysis. Do something. Let me give you an example. Let's say when you are creating your first email blast, and this is very deep into your business, because let me tell you one thing. If you are paralyzed by overanalyzing shit, trust me, you ain't going to be preparing your first email blast because you're still on your planning stages. You're so scared of making decisions because you're so scared of failing that you are sheltered into a little nut, that it's a crystal ball, that it's not letting you move. Yes, all talk, no action. So let's continue with this example. Okay, so you're preparing or creating your first email blast. You keep checking the spelling over and over and over and over. You rearrange the image on the email time after time after time after time. And you go back and check the spelling again. And you go back and forth. And when you should send it, and you keep checking everything to make sure it's perfect. And I'm going to ask you a question. When do you send it? You never send it. Because that email, it's never going to be perfect. That email, it's never going to be sent out from your outbox. There are too many unknowns. If something is new for you, by definition, there are many things you don't know or you are not aware of. Entrepreneurs don't know what they don't know. I just ended a meeting with a really good friend of ours and our marketing team, and they're also our clients. And we were discussing our new campaign strategy. And let me tell you one thing. It's very clear that as business owners, as entrepreneurs, we start our business with a lot of fears, and we start our business without knowing what the hell we're getting into. We think that starting a business, it's plain and simple delivering to our clients the product or the service that we like, our passion. Okay. Nobody, I actually have not met an entrepreneur that has started a business that it's not their passion. To me, it's my passion to read the numbers, to give you strategies on how to grow your business. That is my passion. It passions me to strategize when it comes to taxes. It passions me to strategize on your financial statements, on your financials report. But it's not your business owners, entrepreneurs. Your passion is not numbers. Your passion is not tax returns. Your passion is not HR. Your passion is not managing. Your passion is developing the product or service that you started the business in the first place. That is your passion. The problem is that when we overanalyze things, right? When we overanalyze things, we are trying to shelter ourselves, shield ourselves from possible erroneous decisions, because there's so many unknowns that we did not know that we were going to have to face as when we started it, that we don't do it. That we don't do it. We are so scared of so many options. There's so many options when it comes to making decisions. And overanalyzing kills us. Overanalyzing, paralysis by analysis, precludes us, prohibit us, limited us from moving forward. After all that double and triple and quadrupling checking, you're still having a hard time clicking that button to send that email. Analysis by paralysis is when the fear of either making an error overweights the realistic expectation or potential value of success in a decision made in a timely manner. That is what's happening. This is one of the reasons, okay, too many options. So this is one of the reasons why Apple, it's doing everything right. Even though I don't like Apple, I am not a Mac user, I don't like iPhones, they're doing this thing right. They offer just 3 versions of a MacBook and 2 versions of the latest iPhone. That's it. No more options. Period. That's it. It actually helps you limit your decision-making time process. You have 3 options on this, you have 2 options on that. Let me tell you an example again. If you've ever had the opportunity to go and dine at a 3, 4, 5-star Michelin restaurant, most restaurants that feature a famous chef or has a chef, first of all, would not have salt and pepper at their tables, first of all. And second, their menu, it's limited to the chef options. Restaurants have a very limited menu. 2 or 3 appetizers, 2 or 3 entrees, 1 or 2 desserts, 1 or 2 salads, and that's it. And probably like in bold letters, bigger letters than what their items in the menu are, they say no substitutions allowed. That's it. The chef, it's actually asking you to respect his creation by saying, don't change my art. I intend for you to eat the dish that you selected the way I'm presenting it. That's what you do in your business. Limit your decision. Too many choices also make us second guess our decision after we made them. We will handle this by eliminating most choices before making our decision. Limit it. Limit decisions. The problem here is perfectionism. Perfectionism takes on many forms and can be a serious roadblock in many situations. We hardly start something because we try to go out as perfect as possible. And then we discuss this. There is no such thing as perfection. Perfection is on the lowest bottom of the quality spectrum. There's no perfection other than God or any God that you believe in. Aim for excellence. That is measurable. Perfection, it's not measurable because there's nothing perfect. We are going to get into philosophical terms or things, but no, we're not. So, excellence is measurable. In this case, you are trying to make a perfect decision. I've had clients that have done that. Oh, assure me that I am going to get $10,000 in a refund from the IRS. I can't. Or I can make a decision. Well, I can't. It's not on me if you get a $10,000 refund or not. And most of the times, I'll look at their tax numbers. And first of all, they have not prepaid. Second, their income, it's really high. Third, on their W-2, just because they wanted more cash flow into their monthly payroll, they had no withholdings. So how can I assure them that they're going to get a $10,000 refund? It's not possible. You want to know everything about the situation, explore all different choices, and make the best, most option decision for you or your business. Sounds good in theory, but in reality, it's impossible to have and remember all data out there. Perfectionism ties in with two types of decision maker. When we are trying to make a decision based on perfectionism, there's two options: sacrificers and maximizers. Sacrificers choose an option whenever they find something that satisfies their criteria. Listen to this. Whenever we're trying to make a decision, sacrificers or maximizers. Sacrificers go around seeking freaking opinions. My mom said this, my dad said that, my neighbor, my coworker, blah, 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 blah. And they tailor their decision making based on opinions because that satisfies their limited beliefs. They are willing to make a decision before considering all possible choices through sacrificing on the quality of their choices. And the maximizers, on the other hand, have to consider all options and then try to make the best decision. Sounds good in theory, but at the end, among all the choices that satisfy your criteria, there isn't that much difference. You can see why the job of maximizers is more difficult. All these options are quite similar in the end, and they are much more likely to second guess themselves and feel unhappy after they make the decisions and pull back. That's simple. That simple. You want your decision without risk. You want your decision without consequences. You want your decisions to be perfect. Period. How many times have you bought something you don't like in return? You don't like in your return. You don't like in your return. You're not satisfied. You want the perfect fit. Go to a tailor. He's going to give you the perfect fit. Simple. There's a solution. If that shirt that you are buying at that clothing store, it doesn't satisfy you, it doesn't fit the way you want, okay, the way you want, just go to a tailor. That's fast, right? Instead of over-analyzing, make fast and quick decisions. Analysis by paralysis is when the fear of either making an error overweights the realistic expectation or potential value of success in a decision made in a timely manner. Basically, you are more fearful or making a mistake than just sending the email out. Fuck. In our example, that's what happens. You are paralyzed because you don't want to make a mistake. Let me tell you one thing. In entrepreneurship, everything is trial and error. Everything. You must try it, tweak it, try it, tweak it, try it, tweak it, try it, tweak it, try it, tweak it. We just finished a meeting about the marketing. Try it, tweak it, try it, tweak it. You need to catch those areas of opportunity that you're going to tweak really fast. Be a shark. Be a shark. Okay? You must catch those areas of opportunity so you can tweak them. How is it you? You won't notice it while you're paralyzed, that is affecting you or it's happening, but this constant reading, listening, and watching everything in sight, making comparison tables and checklists can have much more great impact on your productivity than you think. Let me do a list. Let me do bullet points. Let me do an analysis. Let me give you options. Let me da-da-da. You're just creating more job for you instead of moving your company forward. Well, but let me tell you, and this is an example, okay? But let me tell you 20 points about the decision making for the decision making. Really, dude? You're trying to give me an analysis on decision making for decision making. Move along. Get out of the way. Period. Pull the trigger. You are going to get decision fatigue. Our decision making ability is like a muscle that can get fatigued like any other muscle in the body. We actually are going to get drained. Often, I'm tired of making decisions for other people. But the problem here is that because we are so fearful of being wrong, we are so fearful of what people are going to say about us, that we don't like to make decisions for accountability. Because it's your belief that people are going to point the finger at you. It was your problem. It was your decision. We made it because you said it, and look how we're doing. It's your business. It's your company. It's your enterprise. Right? But at the same time, you hire your team. Your team need to be responsible. They can't be running around the bushes, procrastinating, and not making decisions. Just making excuses or making documents or meetings or procrastinating. Procrastinating always knocks on our door whenever we feel tired, exhausted, or overwhelmed. Do you know that procrastination also is doing shit that does not going to lead to revenue? Just putting, do you know what? I just want to seem very BC because I want to procrastinate on growing my business. That's procrastination as well. Well, paralysis by analysis very nicely fits into this criteria and almost always causes procrastination and laziness. We just tend to seem busy because we're procrastinating on what's important. We don't trust ourselves. That's limiting belief. That's mindset. Also, it leads us to information overflow. We tend to look at 100 YouTube videos that 50 of them contradict the other 50. We tend to read everything that it's on Google because everything on the internet, it's true. But at the end, we are going to do a chart of comparison between those 50 videos that contradict the other 50 videos that I saw with the 20 articles that I read and I'm going to do an analysis of those 20 articles with bullet points to what each of them say. And then I'm going to try. Do you see what I'm trying? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Information overflow, it's a killer. Information overflow hurts our brain. Our brain has limited capacity, especially the prefrontal cortex that we primarily use. I'm sounding very scientist here, but business is a science. Entrepreneurship, it's a science. Okay? By overthinking and overanalyzing when faced with too many choices, our conscious mind starts to overflow with information. Essentially, our mind is constantly filled with this new information, and it has a hard time remembering other important things that we need to do. This not only impacts our decision-making ability, but also our ability to concentrate and be productive for the rest of the day. Analysis by paralysis. I love the name. I love the name, and I love it that we all have it. So to move our business forward, to push past analysis by paralysis, here are some ways you can break the pattern. Okay, so we focus the first period of our conversation on the problem. Now let me give you solutions. Okay, recommendations. It's up to you to implement it. I'm just handing you the tools. Okay, it's up to you to know how to use them. If you want to learn how to use them, call us. We're here to help you. You're not supposed to know all this shit. Okay, you are supposed to be aware of it, but you're not supposed to be an expert on this. Neither we are experts on this. We just know how to handle it and solve it. Okay? But we're not in your business. We're actually in the business of helping businesses grow, helping you grow. You're not. Okay? So here's the first. Recognize when analysis by paralysis kicks in. If you have been doing this for a long time, this type of thinking has likely become automatic. You have analysis by paralysis. If you are micromanaging, you have analysis by paralysis. Okay? Period. It's not like I might. No. You have analysis by paralysis. If you have wanted to start your business for the last 20 years, guess what? You do have analysis by paralysis. I'm sorry to break your bubble. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. You do have analysis by paralysis. Okay? If you are trying to launch your office for the last year and a half, 2 years, and you haven't done so, guess what? Ding, 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 ding. You're right. You have analysis by paralysis. You need to slow it down. Your anxious brain is telling you that the way to feel less anxious is to analyze and analyze and analyze and analyze more and more data, more input, more information. This is really, really a bad idea. This only feeds more anxiety. Your circuits are going to blow up. This makes anxiety stronger. Step back by checking in with yourself when you find yourself focusing on decisions or worries, and ask yourself if you are overanalyzing. Be truthful. Be honest to yourself. If you need to check more than 3 articles to make a decision, you are overanalyzing it. Limit your search to 2 or 3 articles, 2 or 3 videos, and make a decision. Be very truthful to yourself. Be very truthful to yourself. Okay? And really, if you don't know something, ask for advice. Don't ask for opinions. If the answer to your truthful question, or am I overanalyzing this shit, is yes, then it's time to take immediate action. Immediate action. Immediate action. Okay? Where focus goes, energy flows. You need to take immediate action on everything, mostly when it comes to business. Decide how important the problem is. We are most likely inclined to overanalyze and stay focused in the problem. It's very simple. The problem or the solution making process of a problem should only be 20% focused on the problem, 80% on the solution. That's it. Anxiety makes everything important. Anxiety makes everything important, and you want to learn to prioritize. You need to learn to prioritize. Blah, blah, blah. Okay? Ask questions to truly determine how important a possible mistake is. Really, what's the worst it's going to happen? What's the worst that can happen with the decision that you're going to make? Are you going to die? If you're going to die or somebody's going to die, don't make the decision. Are you going to die? Is that the worst? And then, whenever you find out what's the worst that can happen, multiply it by 10. What's the worst that can happen? Let's say that the decision making, it's costing you $20. Multiply it by 10. Can you live with a 10x mistake from the worst that it could happen? If it's yes, move forward. I made the decision already for you. Move. Next. Ask yourself, what is driving your concern? Is this a should, some rule you have in your head, or a want, something you know is important for you? It's very simple. When you're going to buy something, is it a want or is it a need? In your business, is this expense necessary and ordinary for the business? So then I would run it to my company. If in doubt, personal. If it's a should, you may want to see if it's real, that important, really important. Do you understand? Is it clear? Does it make sense? It just limits the scope of decisions. 3 MacBooks, 2 iPhones. Limit, limit, limit. Decisions, decisions, decisions. Just limit them. Right? Be alert to perfectionism. Perfectionism is just another variety of anxiety, but it's deadly for sorting our priorities. Because there are none, and a sure recipe for forever getting mentally stuck in the mud when making decisions. There is no such thing as perfect. A good rule of thumb is that if it is 95% done, it is ready to go. If you keep reaching for the 100%, your project will never be complete, nor it will launch. Nor it will launch. Taking action is the best cure against paralysis by analysis. Taking action is the best cure for analysis by paralysis. So when we talk about perfectionism or be alert to perfectionism, how do stand-up comedians operate? This is interesting. When developing new material, stand-up comedians go to clubs every week of the month, every weekend for months. They test their new jokes and gather feedback from audiences. They throw out what doesn't work, improve what does work, and move to the next city. Even the experienced ones have no idea if people will laugh at something or not. Just like we have no idea whether people will buy or read or listen to something we create. There is no point in trying to figure that out without showing it to them. Trial, error, test it, try it, move it, blah, perfect it. Our business, our enterprise, our company, it's a living organism. Our product and our service, it's a living organism. I'm just going to ask the entrepreneurs that are listening to us that have been in business for over 5 years. Is your product or service identical and the same as from the day one that you started it? If you answer yes, great for you. But the question to you is, how are you doing in your company? If you have 5 years, I'm pretty sure that the answer is no. The product that you started it with, or the service that you started it with on day one, it's not the same that you have right now on year 5. So trial and error. Try it and try it and try it. Move it, perfect it, version 1, version 2, version 3, version 4. What version are we in on Windows? And it's not just because of the advanced technology that we currently have. They're moving. Do you remember Windows 95 when they said, oh, it's a piece of crap, it has tons of problems? Where do you think Microsoft would be if they would not have launched Windows 95 and they would have stuck until they fixed every single bug? They launched it when they thought it was ready enough for the market, and they kept fixing it as it went along. Even when they were preparing the new Windows version. I'm pretty sure that we are on Windows 360 or something like that. I'm pretty sure that when they launched Windows 360 or 365, whatever it is, they had already been working on the new version. Are you doing that? Stop walking on eggshells. If you tend to be particularly cautious when dealing with important people in your life, if you weigh each sentence before speaking, each action by whether or not the other person will be pleased or at least not upset, your life once again slows to a crawl. Ooh, what are they going to think? Ooh, is he going to be happy with me? Ooh, is he going to get upset with me? Ooh, am I going to offend him? Ooh, 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 ooh. Stop. The antidote to this is being bold, speaking up, seeing what happens, see what happens next, and then, if necessary, fix the situation afterwards. It's better to say sorry. It's better to ask for forgiveness than for permission. Yeah, period. If you fucked up with a client, it's better to ask for forgiveness and try to resolve the issue, mitigate the problem. I highly admire our meeting that we just finished an hour ago, because they owned the problem, they offered to solve it. That speaks milestones about the individual and the company. Do you know when we're going to leave? Never. Because whether they did it genuinely or just as a procedure, I don't care. That speaks loudly about them. They immediately owned the action, owned the problem, and said, we're going to take care of this. We would reimburse you, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And let's move forward. Period. But they were bold. They spoke up. Now let's see what happens. What's next? Let's fix the situation and move forward. So these suggestions can help you become more aware of analysis by paralysis, and begin to push against it in specific situations. But ideally, you want to put analysis by paralysis to rest. And for that, you need to do some ongoing practices. So here are some practices to eliminate analysis by paralysis. Practice making decisions quickly. The ultimate antidote to paralysis by analysis is making decisions quickly and acting on them. By practicing with low-level decisions, you'll gain confidence. The goal is to become more and more comfortable with what initially feels like impulsive. Impulsive here is good. As your confidence and experience grow, you can take on large decisions. As a business owner, as an entrepreneur, you are going to be asked to make decisions every moment and every step of the way. Make decisions fast, expedite, but reduce your choices of options available. Okay? 2, practice being less than perfect. Again, no one is perfect. Nobody's perfect other than the God that you believe in. Let things be as they are. If you notice something a little bit out of place, be okay with it. If a word is spelled wrong, it's fine. Most of the times, your recipient, it's not even going to notice. The important thing here is to understand that being less than perfect, it's okay. You can start small and work up, but the goal is lowering your expectations, feeling more comfortable making mistakes, deciding that not everything is equally important. Double check your deliverables. Have 2 sets of eyes. Look into your deliverables. You're human. You've been working on it. We tend to make mistakes. Just have a double set of review processes. Error, spelling mistakes, they're not going to care. Really, just send it. Just do it. Practice using your gut reaction as information. Paralysis by analysis is your head playing mental games with you. Start listening to your gut, your feelings, and just go with it. Really, if it doesn't feel right, walk out of it. But you need to changing your beliefs. But if it goes against your values and principles, that's your gut telling you there's something wrong. So use your gut. Practice assertiveness. As you become more comfortable with being uncomfortable, yes, that's a thing, more comfortable with relying on your impulses and gut reactions as information, the final step is being assertive and speaking up and letting your feelings and needs be known. Be honest, be truthful, be direct. Don't beat around bushes. Fuck that. Just say it as it is. Be prudent. Don't be political. Don't be hypocrite. If you don't like something, just say it. Plain and simple. If you don't think it goes with you, say it. If you don't like it, say it. Speak up. Be bold. That's it. It's plain and simple. But don't say yes, 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 just to be pleasing other people. Just be assertive. Be truthful to yourself. And that's going to help you avoid shitload of decision-making issues down the road. Just speak your mind. And be willing to be let yourself be corrected or coached. You know what? Based on what you told me, yada, 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 this is why it's a no. This is why it's a yes. Just tell me you're the expert. I am not the expert. So I hope you've enjoyed today's conversation. analysis by paralysis or paralysis by analysis. It's the same shit. Or if you have missed any episodes of Lunch with a Shark, you can find all our episodes on YouTube. You can find all our episodes also on Spotify. Subscribe to our channel, Lunch with a Shark on Spotify. Remember that we're still hosting the kids sharks, the young shark, $400 $500 prizes, one $750 prize that it's going to be awarded by Benny, David, and Miguel Angelito. If you're interested, send us a 30-second, 1 minute, whatever video to kids@lunch-advisors.com for the kids, and we're going to feature them and select 5. If you want to continue our conversation about analysis by paralysis, send us a video, send us an email, send us a message, smoke signals, reach out to us by social media, anywhere, look for us, and we can give you a 15-minute consultation and talk about whatever you want. We're here to listen, and just keep tuned. Watch us every single day, Monday to Friday. And to finalize today's episode of Lunch with the Shark, I'm going to quote another Shark Tank shark, Robert Herjavec, and he says, "Thinking too much leads to paralysis by analysis. It's important to think things through, but many use thinking as a means of avoiding action. Either you shit or get off the pot." Bon appetit. See you tomorrow.
Thank you for listening to Lunch with the Shark. If you would like to set up a consultation with the Shark CFO, Vidal Espinosa, visit his website www.invictus-advisors.com, and don't forget to subscribe on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn.